I'm about to say, I made you tear. On Sessions TV, Johnson Burrows, the host behind the camera, with the guest in front of the camera. Introduce yourself.
My name is Alfredo Estrada, chef, owner of the hip hop food truck.
Chef and owner. Put some respect on that, right? Con respecto.
Facts.
So speaking of facts, I heard your food is delicious. Is that opinion or is that fact?
According to the people that dine in, yeah, we kind of a speakeasy kind of a food truck, but food speaks for itself.
So how we speaking easy? We're not going to speak hard? Speak difficult?
You know what? A lot of our business comes through word of mouth, just like a speakeasy, right? When I first started the business, it was just me on the truck alone. So I wasn't really trying to generate a big line because we were trying to put systems in place to put us in the position that we are in now. Without those systems, we wouldn't be where we're at now. So, nice and slow, that's where we're at with it. We're never in a rush to get to where we're meant to be. Everything we do is intentional, so the only way I can do that is by, taking my time and, doing it right.
Well, if you're not doing it right, you're doing it left.
If you're not doing it right, you're doing it left.
So with that being said, no offense to the left-handed people.
No, I'm left-handed.
I was about to say no offense to the left-handed, the southpaws. Because I know some southpaws, I know they box.
That's a good one.
I don't want to get boxed, my head boxed in.
Only thing we box is food to go.
Food to go. Speaking of food to go, what's the number one food to go that's on your menu?
Currently, right now, is the jerk chicken chopped cheese.
Damn.
Jerk chicken chopped cheese.
I like the sound of that.
That just started taking over. So every year with us, with me on the food truck, I try to outsell the best seller, right? That's something that I learned working in restaurants. You never try to create just a menu item. You try to, most items that sell well or become popular or staples is because you at some point created something with the intentions of superseding whatever is currently on the menu, your best seller. So it took us 2 years, or actually it didn't take us 2 years. It took the people, it took the world to 2 years to find out that the jerk chopped cheese is our number one seller. So, it takes time for people to catch on. Sometimes they like what they like, which are the burgers, the chicharrón de pollo, the sweet chili shrimp that we sell on the truck. Those were our popular sellers. So my goal was to try to create something to supersede that, and we've done that. And the people tell me that all the time, because every time they come, they no longer buy the burger that they used to get. Now they're a big fan of the jerk chicken chopped cheese, and that tells us that, we're on a good path.
Getting me hungry listening to you talk. Isn't that the problem with interviewing a guest who is with food? It's just, damn, I just want to
Eat.
Yeah.
As me on the truck, it's like I don't even get a meal. People come home, it's like, did you eat anything? I'm like, no. I'm like, how is it that you didn't eat nothing when you're on the truck? Well, when you're in front of it all day, you don't, you're tasting here, there, but to eat a full meal, it's rare for me to have and I'm working 12-hour shifts sometimes on the truck, depending on what we're doing. But if I do eat something, I'll probably go with a good burger, make it my way. Medium rare.
Medium rare.
Medium rare, yes, sir.
What else what else is gonna be on that burger?
Oh, grilled onions.
That's my favorite.
Bacon.
That's my favorite too.
Bacon. It's in the restaurant field, that's called a cowboy burger.
Okay.
PJ Clark's, which is one of the restaurants that I used to work with, they call it a Cadillac. We call it the Gordo Burger, named after Fred the Godson, Bronx rapper, brother of mine. Passed away, and we, paying homage to him. The food truck has a bunch of names all over the truck, and I wanted to pay homage to Fred the Godson, and we did that. And the burger, to this day, whether it's on the menu board or not, it still gets ordered. So it's like, if you can order it and we'll make it for you. So that's pretty cool.
When someone makes an order that's different or like tailor-made for them, is there a special name or code for that? For example, I used to work in McDonald's back when I was a teenager.
Okay.
And then whenever you order something special, we say, oh, we got a grill order. That meant that, okay, it's something different. You got to change up, like a Big Mac with no meat, or a Big Mac with no bread. Just so.
Because it's kind of a speakeasy food truck, because we're mainly a catering company. That's the goal, to become a full-time catering company. Nice. We're almost there, but when we do hit the streets, if I know you, I'll take care of you. Like, you gotta be you just can't pull up and say, I want to create my own thing. That's not happening. But out of respect to my loyal supporters and stuff like that, helping me get out the mud, you will get whatever you want. Don't take advantage, guys.
Agree or disagree? Are you ready?
Talk to me.
Hip hop is more of an aesthetic for you than a foundation.
False.
Okay. You disagree. Why do you disagree?
Because I was born and raised on hip hop. So it's a foundation for me. Hip hop taught me codes, rules to the streets. It taught me game. It taught me hustle. It taught me respect. Those are all things that I needed to learn to get to the point that I'm at now. Learn the hustle, they talk about a different type of hustle, but I just insert what I'm doing into 80s hip hop and stuff like that. It was all about, it was talking about the drug game and this and that. I always worked legit, never was in the streets messing with no drug game, though I grew up around it, right? But that doesn't mean I'm gonna take that road. I'm gonna apply my hustle and apply it to hip hop. So, without it, that's a strong foundation for me, and, very important lessons were learned through hip hop. So it's not a aesthetic, it's a foundation to me.
You see, you said it taught you the game.
Mm-hmm.
And part of the game is, though, you don't self-snitch. So of course you're not gonna say that in front of the camera, right?
Facts.
We keep it legit here. You never ever was in the drug game.
No, it's a fact.
Yeah.
But that's legit. I've never been in the drug game. Every cent I made was a legit job. Ranging from working at Yankee Stadium for 12 years as a union vendor, to working with my mom's in her sweatshop. Back in the day, as I was probably like 6-7 years old, working, making $300 with my mom a week at that time. And,
Mm-hmm.
people don't make that now. You understand? So, but, restaurants, I've worked in Applebee's. I worked in, what was that? Uno's Pizzeria back in the day. That was probably one of my first jobs, culinary jobs at that. So, legit jobs.
Agree or disagree? This restaurant is more than a restaurant. It's your brand.
This restaurant is more than a restaurant. It's my brand. I agree. When you coming, I have to bring it back a little bit so you understand where I'm coming from. I was a corporate chef at one point. I've opened up about 9 restaurants, 8 in New York City, 1 in Scottsdale, Arizona, 5 restaurants in 1 year as a corporate chef. When you go from there to being furloughed, it's more than a restaurant to me. It's my livelihood.
Mm-hmm.
It's what my kids, my family expects of me as the head of household, the provider. But literally, I took everything I had and put it on the line, you know? So failure, when people say failure is not an option and you got 2 kids at home, failure is not an option. It never was. Anybody spoke to me, oh, but what if this and that went wrong? I don't even want to hear it. That you're speaking a different language to me. I don't understand that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So this restaurant is more than my brand. You know, a brand, it's important, but it's how do you get to say that's a brand? You know, how do you start? That's where I'm at with it, you know? The beginning of what we're working to become. That's, what did I say? I agreed,
Yeah,
right?
you agree? Yeah.
Right, but it almost sounded like I wasn't.
You know what? At some point after the brand, it's legacy.
Correct. I mean, I currently have my kids. They make bread off the truck. You know,
Mm-hmm.
my daughter. This Saturday, I closed my business just to support my daughter. In her college, she wanted to do a flea market. She wanted to sell food, and she didn't know how to go about it. And I closed down my business just to go help my daughter make a couple bucks, you know? But that's the general thing. It's what I'm instilling in her that's way more than what she took home in her pocket and she's gonna go online and just blow it like that, you know? It's being there early, how to not attack customers, but you have to be, it's not aggressive, but you can't sit on your hands with product and expect it to be sold. You have to sell. A lot of people ask me questions like, oh, I don't know what to sell. I say, that doesn't matter. It's can you sell, right? You could have a great product in your hand and you put that into the wrong person's hand. They don't know what to do with it. You understand what I'm saying? Somebody gave somebody Nike before, they don't know what to do with it. You have a great product in your hand, you just don't know what to do with it. So stop focusing on what to sell. The item is the easy part, is can you sell? Are you able to go out every single day? Monday I made, and this is just an example, I made $50. I worked 12 hours. Do you have what it takes to go back out there again the next day you're going out there with the hopes to beat the $50, but what if you make less than the $50? Are you willing to go back out there on Wednesday? Because you don't know what Friday may just be the day that you might have not sold a lot, but you met somebody because you were out there. And that person opened up a door, or that relationship blossoms into something else that money can't, you can't put a price on it. So putting yourself out there is what I teach my daughter. You have to be out there. So if I'm not out there with her making, I'm showing her, I tell her, look, I closed my business to come help you, to show you so that whenever the opportunity arises again, you don't need me. You got a great lesson. Did it go as well as you wanted to? What was your goal? What are you gonna do it for? Like, why? Your why has to be a lot stronger than you just trying to make a couple bucks. Because if you're in it for a couple bucks, the day you make $50 when you were expecting to make $600, $700, $1,000, $2,000, you're not gonna come back. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's when you make that $2,000 that when it comes again and again, you gotta learn now, you gotta learn to stay hungry. You gotta learn not to be upset with all the problems that comes with, all the headaches, all the hard work that you gotta do. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you were making $50, you were complaining that you wasn't making $2,000. And now that you got $2,000, you complaining the problems that it brings with it, right? It means you gotta work a lot harder. You gotta put in that extra time. You gotta miss certain events and stuff like that. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to instill into my kids who work on the truck whenever possible or whenever I need the help. Sometimes it's not even their choice. You understand? So.
Oh yeah. Cut. This is my guy, advisor.
What's up, my
L. Johnson.
Good.
He said he might know you. I was like, I don't know.
I see
From
the
where?
name around. That's what I be seeing it. You know, algorithm.
We might have mutual friends and stuff like that. So when that happens, if one of your mutual people likes it, then it'll show because it'll be like, hey, you might like it because y'all friends or whatever.
Just seen his name pop up on my page. I was just telling him that. Nice to meet you.
Yo, I appreciate you stopping by, brother.
Whoever's doing something that they love, it's positive. I'm all for it.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying?
Like you said, you go out, you make $1, $5.
They don't want to come out not knowing that.
That's supposed to be their passion and they love and yada yada.
Correct.
You go back out the next day, you don't invest in, you know what I mean? How much money? But what you're saying is 100% right, King.
It's gonna make you look good.
You be the missing piece to his bag.
Tie everything up, and I was like, yo. Nah, like I'm
Sticking around?
One of the things is,
All right, cool. Yeah. No problem.
you meet a lot of people in this industry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about. I'm not even
Instagram.
talking about in the hip hop industry. I'm talking about in the hustle. In the hustle industry, you meet like-minded people that are.
I'm a teacher. You know?
Okay, yo, we do DOE events.
Yeah, see, I mean, I got you.
What school you at? No. You gotta tap
I
that.
gotta scan it. Linden.
What's that, in Brooklyn?
Nah, it's in Jersey.
Jersey? Oh, we go out there too.
Yeah,
I go to East
but I-
Orange. It'll let you send it to me. So you fill out yours, and then it automatically throws it right back to me. I don't wear anymore. Like, I used to be big on jewelry back in the day. Like, but working on a truck, sometimes, you know, at the beginning, you gotta be the.
So for a second. Yeah. Talk about that real quick. You don't wear any jewelry anymore. Why is that? Well,
Because
regular.
people's perception may be altered by social media. I'm explaining that. When you first start on social media, you're trying to figure it out, right? But you're not, at least with me, I knew where I was going or who I was gonna be, right? So that's what I put out there. This is who I am. But behind the camera, I'm not there yet. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, when people do shows or something like that, or they have an event, it's always a movie. It's always a movie, right? When it's a movie, they're gonna show you that it was a movie. And when it's not a movie, they're gonna show angles. They play the angle game, right? So you learn all this by playing the social media game. So people may see me with a chain on or jewelry and might say, whoa, look, this guy's doing big things. Ain't no games out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to give nobody perception of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even like to talk about it because I don't like that energy around me. I like positive energy. You understand what I'm saying? And I only try to keep positivity around me. So I know that in that world, I'm good. When you dealing with the dark part of the world, you're going to find yourself in some trouble. So I just keep it positive. So I don't wear no, you know what I mean? Like, the people that know me might be like, at the beginning, like, oh, you fell off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because they used to seeing you a certain way.
Okay.
But when you invested everything, you don't have nothing to kind of like, you know what I mean? So you got to put all that away. It's no more, I'm not trying to shine because I'm not shining. I'm trying to get my sales up.
You're trying to shine in other ways.
Correct. But I might need that jewelry to pawn it, sell it to help me with my dream. You understand what I'm saying? Like, there was times where I pawned my jewelry and be like, yo, I need this to, you know, I'm telling you, I kept my lifestyle because I was a corporate chef. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So when you go from corporate chef salary to now you making less than a McDonald's worker with a lot of bills coming in, and you know what I mean? Because you still got the same bills when you were a corporate chef. It's not easy to dial it back immediately. Okay, we're not doing this no more, we're doing this. You understand? Like, I got 2 kids at home, got a wife at home. Got to make sure that they not feeling the what I'm know is reality. We not making no sales. But I got to make sure that y'all don't feel that struggle. You know? So you know, but it's, you know, perception, it's Instagram is not real, you know?
I would say small percentage of it is real, but most of it is not.
And even if it is real, it's fluff, right? I try to show positivity on my platform. I try to show some of my struggles too, you know, because people out there need to know that, you know what I mean? I don't think I'm making it look easy, but just in case you think I'm making it look easy, it took me 20 plus years of working in a kitchen, 46 years of living in New York City and learning the hustle and bustle, you know? So believe me, we learn how to do this.
As a corporate chef, did you always have to say, yes, chef? No, chef.
It's a sign of an organized kitchen. It's a sign of there's ranks and there's respect in the kitchen. When, you know, I know you said earlier that you worked at McDonald's, right? That's not a yes chef, no chef, but respectfully, you can see it in the quality of food, you know? I'm not saying all McDonald's are the same or all fast food places are the same, because in those restaurants, you have people that go on to work in restaurants, you know, high-end and stuff like that, because they got a little taste and they made us, you know, you ever been to a fast food place and got good service?
Yeah.
Right?
The food tastes better for some reason. The experience.
But it's rare. It's rare that you get a good experience coming out of those places, you know?
It's fast food retail places for sure.
But though, if I ever see...
In this country. I'll say that. In this country. You go to other countries, same fast food restaurant, it's different. The food is different.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it does. It tastes different as well, you know?
They don't allow certain things in other countries that they do.
The ingredients and stuff like that. It's part of the reason why I wanted to sell food in the Bronx. You know, I'm trying to I literally sell whatever the fast food chains sell, right? But I do it fresher. I use better ingredients, right? There's a reason why they're selling you a $3 burger.
The ingredients
Right?
are cheap. It's the quality. Okay, so will you say this? Agree or disagree? The cheaper the ingredient, the less quality.
Yeah, I mean, it's not an obvious because I can go either way and dispute it, right? Because there are cheap things that taste delicious.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially when, like, struggle meals. Struggle meals are freaking, as a chef, believe me, I enjoy a good struggle meal. I do it intentionally, but I just do it a little better than, what we would do it back then, But fuck, a good struggle meal sometimes hits the spot, It brings that nostalgia to you,
So would you say that struggle gives more meaning
Struggle gives more meaning to what?
to your own sense of character growing up? Like,
I like
you
it.
have to struggle in order
I
to be
could
better.
talk bad about it. I could talk good about it. I think without struggle, you learn to fight another day. You learn to take your bumps and bruises and stuff like that in life. You go through shit. You know what I mean? We all got. It's what they say. What I've heard the other day, where they say if you listen to every successful man, most of their stories are the same. They go through a struggle. They didn't like something. They figured it out. They never gave up.
Which comes to my next agree, disagree. Mistakes actually built the business.
Yes. You can't. If you're doing everything, you're gonna do a lot of wrong. You know what I mean? You're gonna make mistakes. Even with my experience in the food truck industry, it's two different things. I had a team behind me when I opened up, and that team came from the restaurant industry, right? I probably did something good, and they helped me for a month. But after a while, it was like the sales still weren't there. So it's like, I gotta make enough sales to pay them after this. At some point, I gotta start paying them to hang out. You know what I mean? To kind of like, but it was like these were chefs that I respected, that I worked with. I worked with a long time, and they offered me their hand. And to this day, I'm forever grateful. But we had a chef's meeting like we would in a restaurant, and we decided they weren't like, yo, like, you have to go on alone. Like, this is your journey. Sales aren't here. If this was a restaurant, you would fire one of us. So instead of you firing one of us, we gotta go.
Yeah.
But it's the reality, right? In a business, business is driven by sales. Without it, you don't have a business.
Profit.
Correct. So if you don't have enough to pay your workers, so we made the decision, and they was like, we gotta fire ourselves. And I was like, I get it.
That seems like a lot of respect was given through everybody to say, hey, we're willing to tell you this is what it is, and we cool, and we could just go on our own journey.
No, believe me, and it was to this day, I see them, and it's all love. We still talk on the phone.
Damn.
With those chefs. We came up together.
Now this is the moment to cry. You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. We came.
That's
me and
love.
those two chefs, Christian and Carlos and Yvette. We came up. And I learned a lot working along with them. But then once I learned what I learned, I never forgot about them. Like, there was openings, chef opening. Yo, you taught me that, and I'm gonna teach you this computer thing. Look, this is how you do it. This is how you do a checkbook. This is how you read P&Ls and stuff like that, And they paid it. You know what I mean? Like they came back and they said thank you, and they worked with me for a month. After that, I had a whole year by myself. I was the shopping, the dishwasher, the prep, the cook, the fry guy. You know, and then you gotta have the business owner hat on. You know.
Shout out to Christian, Carlos, and Yvette. Yeah, damn, that's respect. I you don't really see that or hear that kind of a story. It's always gonna be some knives out. Bullets.
Hey, look, you want those kind of stories? There's stories. I've been in kitchens for over 20 years. You understand? Look, there was I was working downtown financial district. I'm not gonna say the restaurant's name. I was a sous chef, and there was a disgruntled dishwasher. I came in at the wrong time. I don't know what happened, but words were exchanged between me and him. And this is me as a young sous chef in that company. That dishwasher porter was probably in the company for 5-6 years already. So they could easily take his words over mine. You understand? But it was out in public. And this guy, he was jacked, you know? And he's pointing at me. I see his temperature. You don't have to ask me. Like, he's fuming. I don't remember what I did or whatever it was.
It wasn't you. Something going on with him.
But I'm prepping at this moment. And I believe this gentleman did not speak good English, right? So I'm sharpening my knife. I'm like, because I'm getting ready to prep. I literally came into that area. And I know he understood me. Because if he was the guy had maybe about 80, 100 pounds on me, you know, at the time. And he understood what I was doing with that knife, because I'm like, it's the only way I'm gonna be able to get this guy off me, you know? There was another time in the dining room where a gentleman was choking on a short rib, and, you know, you gotta give him a Heimlich maneuver, you know? Freaking in the middle of like the holiday season, you know, to go through that in a fine dining restaurant, you know, it kind of ruins everybody's dinner around there, you know, to have somebody go through that, you know, kind of disturbing. I had a guy who lost his arm. He got it caught in a trash compactor.
Ooh.
That was really disturbing. You know,
You saw that.
I didn't. When I was in my office, the somebody from my team came over and, hey chef, you need to come. I'm watching. I'm like, why your shirt all red?
Ooh.
Not noticing that it was blood, right? I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going down and I'm seeing just like a streak of blood on the floor. It's like, what? Mind you, this kid was just there to trail because he didn't have his ID. So the chef said, tell him that he can walk around and see, but he's not to touch anything. Obviously that didn't happen. But, you know, freaking guy lost his arm on that thing.
Elbow down or elbow up?
He lucky it was in the shoulder. My bad. You on the thing, on the camera, I'm trying to catch your eye contact, and but yeah, he lost his whole arm, you know.
Damn. That's oof. I never heard of that story like that.
That's a trash compactor. That's meant to apply,
Of course.
tons of pressure, you know, literally tons.
But nobody took the arm and cooked it, right?
No. You know, I can honestly say that, you know, the restaurants that I've been a part of have the things that you think about that go on in your head in kitchens, right? Never happens, you know. When you go to restaurants that stand on integrity and respect the food, and you better believe there's a chef back there that is holding it down because he knows what it is.
Reputation, standards.
And he's trying to be the best chef he can be.
Yeah.
You know, the only way you can do that is by holding a standard to food. And that's what we apply at the food truck. We apply restaurant standards, you know, to the highest level, like when it comes to service, food, quality, and stuff like that.
I always wanted to know that these high-end, quote-unquote, high-end restaurants, quote-unquote expensive restaurants, what's the deal with these little bitty-ass foods that they have on a plate? A little bit of garnishment here and there, but it's basically nothing on a plate. But yet that plate costs a crazy amount of money.
It's not about what's on the plate, right? It's who's making the plate, you know? You go to, I can bring that back to clothing. A white tee is a white tee, but you go get a white tee in Macy's with a name brand on it, it costs more. Who's making it? Who's sewing it? A chef of high quality. A chef that is gonna make sure that everything looks pretty. That's an artisanal chef, right? And then you got food truck chefs, you know?
How are you eating the food? There's nothing there. There's barely anything on that plate.
Those kind of restaurants, you probably get like a 10-course meal. It's a lot of little things, you know, and
It's the experience.
correct, you know. And then at the end,
And I'm pretty sure the quality is crazy high.
they're using the best quality ingredients. You understand what I'm like? They're using the finest ingredients, but they're also making it look pretty, and it gives the people that put the price tag that's, if no one buys it, does he really have a product? No.
And they're doing it over time. Like you said, a
So the
10
people that
course
go
meal.
and eat in those places, they pay those prices for multiple reasons. It's not just the food, it's the exclusivity of, I know the kind of people that are gonna be at this establishment,
Right.
people that I can network with. I don't need to be trying to network with somebody who's trying to sell candy on the train and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I don't even want to, it's not the kind of people I want to run into if I do run into somebody. You understand?
Shout out to the candy sellers on the train.
Hey, you already know. M&M peanuts all day.
What's the color that you prefer when it comes to your meals? What color pops out to you?
Green.
You said that kind of quick. Like,
Fresh herbs come to mind always. You know, green always. But people would probably say, oh, you said green because of money. No. Herbs and stuff like that, you know, lettuce, greens, health, you know, basil, kale, you know, scallions, bok choy.
I love bok choy. Only time I get to experience bok choy is in a Chinese food restaurant. You know, the local.
Yeah, it's a.
And actually, I have to tell them, hey, put some bok choy in it for me. Like, and you see, if they have it, they have it. If they don't, they don't.
Yeah.
Bok choy, ginger, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's big in Asian restaurants, you know, but it's also a big Asian consumed product. Ginger is huge.
I usually drink ginger shots.
I'm not into those. I'll go into Juice for Life. I'll get me a green drink. I love me a Red Go. Red Go is my favorite drink there. It's a beet juice.
Okay.
I love beets.
Go-to wine.
Pinot Noir by Kendall Jackson. Specifically.
Going with which food?
Good burger. Good burger.
The same burger with the bacon, or it's gonna be a little bit different?
I worked for PJ Clark's for 8 years. They're an institution based off of a burger. Great burger. Simplicity, cooked right. You don't need to do too much. Like a good French fries don't need ketchup. You just eat it like that.
And the meat is medium rare.
Medium rare, medium, I'm good. I order it medium rare,
Fork and knife or with the hands?
Elbows out.
Elbows out.
Elbows out. Get away. Ain't nobody getting, elbows come up. Don't get near nobody food with their elbows up. You're gonna catch one.
Agree or disagree? Most people underestimate how hard it is to scale food.
Most people underestimate
How hard it
how
is
hard it is to scale food.
Yeah, gotta taste it, because as a food truck,
I mean,
you're
it depends on what you're trying to do. If you're trying to just sell burgers, right? Let's just say, for instance, right? If you're trying to just sell burgers, it'll probably be easier to scale. You get the best quality, you sell it for as cheap as you can, and hope the volume comes in. Or you get a higher quality and you sell it at a higher price, right? So your profit is not based on volume, but it's based on sale at check averages, right? But everything's out there. Like, everything is scalable, I believe. It's when you're doing something different that no one's doing that makes it difficult to make it scalable. And that's something that we get asked, like, when's the next food truck coming out? I'm like, I'm not done with the vision on this one. You think I'm like, I need to finish this in order to make those other ones come along. But when, we're getting there, every year we keep, PRing, and the vision and, like, I'm excited for this year, like literally excited for the upcoming months of the things we have. So scalability, scaling something, food, unless it's being mass produced and stuff like that, but I wouldn't want to do it. I'm trying to be the best at what I'm doing right now.
Got it.
I'm not trying to scale. That means somebody else can steal your idea and stuff like that.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm thinking something else. Scalable. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to take what you did, right? Which is what everybody else is doing, right? Soon as the next hot thing comes along, the Chipotle, oh, we're going to take that model and we're going to do it.
Agree or disagree? People come for the food, not the culture.
People come for the culture because the culture is the food.
Okay, I see where you're going.
The food is what they eventually come back for. So originally they come for the culture, and then they find it, and then they come back.
Agree or disagree? You're more of a culture curator than a business owner.
I think I started off as a business owner before I became a curator. Because the moment I bought that truck, I became a business owner, and I hadn't curated anything at the time. So what was it, agreed?
Yeah. Yeah. Agree or disagree. There is no such thing as doing too much.
I don't agree. Like, you could always do more. You could always do more.
So some situations is never you ain't doing too much, kid.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
You know, and the way you said it, it's almost like, but you could use those same words and it means something else, right? In a different culture, right? In the hip hop culture, at least, when they'd say you're doing too much. I'm like, one, I would never be doing too much because everything I do is intentional. So if I'm doing something, it's because it's needed.
Agree, disagree. You can do it all by yourself.
No. You need people.
I mean, aren't you doing it right now?
Oh, no. I have a big community. I have a big community behind me. They the engines, not me. They the ones, you know, my support group at home, my family. I've never done it alone. I've always had somebody, you know, willing, wanting to help, you know, and that's the kind of culture that I've cultivated within my network, within my circle. I keep like-minded people around me because I know how we move. Eventually you find your people, you know, especially when I was by myself that one year, you know, if you're not mentally strong, it could lead you down a negative road, right? And let me explain that. If you're not mentally strong, you're gonna think you're by yourself, right? But sometimes the help is not in front of you every day, but you have to also ask for help. You can't be prideful and not ask for help when you need help, or you just expect people to offer their help, right? Sometimes people got their own shit they're doing, their own. This is your road. You picked it, travel. It's gonna be lonely, but eventually you find your people. Your people find you. They like your energy, what you stand for, and it's just your people. And then now it's not a few, you got a herd with you. And we all chasing, like I was, when your man came through, I was telling him how eventually you find your people, right? And a hustler's a lane, and everybody that's hustling is on that road. That's your herd, you know? That's your herd. So you go along with them, and that opens opportunities, and you help the next person, you know what I'm saying? Like, we in that hustle. So to my people, I've never done it alone. I've always had my herd with me, you know? My name is Alfredo Estrada, chef owner of the Hip Hop Food Truck. You can find us on Instagram at The Hip Hop Food Truck, THE, The Hip Hop Food Truck. Right there we have, check our link tree on that. You want to book us. We do events, 300, 500. We move tri-state. It ain't hard to find us.
Personne nou gen cheme, nan ADN nou gen soleil. Nou soti kote moun, te machete avan histoire te gen plié. L'Afrique pa pwen sou kat, li se kon ka respire.